Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So last time I made a video about ways to make money in college and a lot of you seemed interested on the freelancing part, so I thought why not share my experience with freelancing, and in case you guys want to get into freelancing, then what should be the step-by-step process. Now remember, freelancing is not easy. Getting clients in the freelancing industry, in the gig industry is super tough, okay? तो आपको you'll have to spend days and days to find just one client. पर पहला client मिलने के बाद, the next process becomes pretty simple. Once you figure out a good way of acquiring customers, जो आगे का process है, it becomes pretty straightforward और आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. So पहले सारे steps समझा देता हूँ. What are the essentials that you need to take care of even before you plan to freelance, ठीक है? So step number 1 is to have a skill, ठीक है? This skill could be anything. It could be copywriting. Copywriting मतलब website का content लिखना, blogs लिखना, या फिर कोई advertisement का content लिखना. It could be one of those. So if you're good in writing, then you can consider copywriting as one of your skills. And if you want to learn copywriting, then I would say read a lot of newspapers, literature थोड़ा पढ़ लो, ठीक है? तो books बहुत पढ़ लेना, novels वगैरह, and that will make you quite a good copywriter. Also जो websites है उसका content analyze करके देखना कि websites में content कैसा लिखा हुआ रहता है, and उसके साथ आपको थोड़ा सा copywriting का idea लग जाएगा. Another skill is Photoshop and Premiere Pro. If you want to learn Photoshop or Premiere Pro, then you can obviously go to a site called Udemy, and I think you get courses for like 320, 400 rupees. कोई course उठा लेना, download the software, learn it, work on few projects, मतलब खुद के personal projects पे काम करो और एक अच्छा सा portfolio बना लेना of all the projects that you have worked on. Another skill is web development, a very mainstream skill. तो कोई framework master कर लेना, it could be React, Node, Angular, ऐसे कोई भी एक framework master कर लेना, and where to learn, you can obviously go to udemy.com, वहाँ से सीख लेना ये एक skill, and once you're done with that, you have a skill. So right now I'm just going to talk about copywriting, Photoshop, and web development. Step number 2 is to build a portfolio, ठीक है? अब मैं बता देता हूँ portfolio क्या है. Portfolio is a collection of all the projects, of all your work that you have done since the beginning. So if I worked, समझ लो I took up a Udemy course on web development, तो उसमें जो भी projects मैं करूँगा, it all comes under my portfolio. So if I make an e-commerce site, then that becomes part of my portfolio. So portfolio could be a website, portfolio could be just a Word document, तो चाहिए तो एक PPT भी बना सकते हो. The point is कि portfolio में आपका जो भी work है वो दिखना चाहिए. तो अगर आपने Photoshop में कुछ डिज़ाइन किया है, तो जो भी डिज़ाइंस है उसको एक PPT में डाल देना और PDF करके एक्सपोर्ट कर देना. If you have worked on say if you're a copywriter, तो जो भी कुछ blogs लिखा होगा अपने past में, या फिर whatever advertorials you worked on in the past, you can insert all of them in a good document, and that becomes your portfolio. So portfolio is like an album of all the works that you have done. ताकि it just becomes easy for the client to decide कि if he wants to work with you or not based on your past experience. Step number 3 is to get a client. Now this is the hardest part whatsoever. Getting a client in the freelance industry is बहुत मुश्किल है, ठीक है? तो there are I'll first talk about freelancing platforms, and then we'll move on to other ways of getting a client. For freelancing platforms, as far as content is concerned, copywriting is concerned, if you want to write blogs or something, then there's a platform called peppercontent.in. I'm leaving the link in the description down below. You can check it out. So these guys would connect you with companies, with individuals who want content. So if you wanna contribute, अगर आपको blogs वगैरह लिखने आता है, then you can register as a writer, and these guys would pay you. I think the average pay, as far as I remember, was around 7.5k per month. I'm not sure about the number. It depends on what type of writer you are. And of course, you have other websites like Freelancer, Upwork, Tapchief, Talent.hubstuff. These are ये सिर्फ content पे focus नहीं करते हैं. Like they have all types of freelancing jobs, पर Pepper Content जो है it focuses just on copywriting. So वो ज़्यादा specialized है. वहाँ पे if you're not getting a job, if you're not getting any gigs, then you can try out the other platforms. Link दिए हुए description में. Now let's talk about web development. web development is very mainstream, right? A lot of people do web development, though getting a client over there also is tough. But remember, web development pays you really well, so keep that in mind. To get a client for web development, of course, you can try out all the mainstream platforms like Upwork, Freelancer.in, Talent.hub stuff, TapChief. If you have exhausted all of these, पहले ये try करके देखना, ठीक है? इसमें कोई project split करके देखना. If you're not getting a project through this, then a good way of getting clients would be LinkedIn, right? So if LinkedIn has a lot of professionals, बहुत सारे companies हैं, बहुत सारे high executives हैं who are on LinkedIn and who might need web development service. So you can connect with them and send them a DM, direct message saying, hey, I am Harish and I'm still learning web development. I've made these particular websites during my learning path, and I'll be more than happy to improve your website at a very cheap cost. ठीक है, ऐसा कोई direct message भेज देना, and if they really want you to work with them, then they'll hire you. Make sure for your first project you bid low. No one's gonna give you $1,000 for your first project. That's highly improbable because you are very naive, you have no experience at all. But obviously you can आप बोल सकते हो कि I'll work at a lower price, or फिर you can build a good relationship and then just hope that in the future he gives you more projects, and that way you build more connections. So remember, it's all about, in the initial days, it's all about building connections and not about making money. Making money is a very later part, just forget about it for now. Now just focus on working with companies, working with startups, working with individuals. Once you master the skill of networking and working with people, you can obviously make way more money in the future with a good network. Now, if you have exhausted LinkedIn also, then what you can do is try cold emailing. For cold emailing, what you can do is you can connect with them on LinkedIn. और LinkedIn पे जब भी आप किसी के साथ connect करते हो, you can get their email ID. ठीक है, तो email ID उठा लेना उनका. Write a cold email saying, hey, I'm Harish, and I went through your website. I saw that the design wasn't responsive. Phone पे गंदा दिख रहा था. The fonts are pretty messed up. या फिर I can add this functionality. I can add a chatbot to your website. You can suggest solutions to problems, ठीक है? The ultimate aim of freelancing is to provide a solution to a problem. So keep the client in mind. बस पैसे के पीछे मत भागना. Keep the client in mind. Think what the client is thinking about, right? So if he's facing a problem, then go out, type an email and provide a solution to him, ठीक है? So once you do that, just hit him up and hope that he replies. Remember, cold emails have a very low reply rate. So if you mail 100 people, maybe one guy would reply. So get ready to mail 100 people and get one reply. I know it's tough, but that's how freelancing works. That's how the economy works. Everything is tough. You don't want an easy life. Now, if that also fails, then I would say try cold calling. I've done this in the past. So cold calling is the best, it's the most direct way, right? It gives you a very quick decision about what the other person is thinking about. तो अगर मेरे पास किसी कंपनी, मतलब गूगल पे यूजुअली मिल जाता है, गूगल जस्ट डायल पे कंपनीज के नंबर मिल जाता है. तो दिस इज लास्ट रिसोर्ट, डोंट डू इट इनिशियली, इट्स थोड़ा awkward लगता है. पर if no one's responding, then you can try cold calling. तो उस startups का नंबर ले लेना और directly call the owner or directly call their web developers and be like, hey, I'm ready to help. How do I move forward? Are you hiring? I saw that your website is pretty crappy. I can help you improve it. तो सीधा call करके उनको बता देना. I know it might be a bit awkward for you guys to do that, but you'll have to go out of your way if you really want a client. Now, in the previous step, I told you about building a portfolio, right? This is where that's going to become important. On freelancing site, you do need a portfolio. So, सारे freelancing site में you'll have to upload a portfolio. And also, while cold mailing or DMing your clients, you can attach your portfolio and be like, hey, you can take a look at my past work. So that's the importance of portfolio. Portfolio enables you to build trust with the customer, with your client, and also helps you, show your past work so that these guys can know if you could be of any use to the company or not. We tried long time back is running Google Ads. So I'll tell you what happened. So we were doing Photoshop, right? We were designing book covers for authors. Now, we didn't really cold email, we didn't really cold call, we ran Google Ads. So we spent a couple of $100 to run Google Ads, and every time someone was searching for the keyword book covers, our ad used to come up, and it used to say, hey, you can design your own book cover at really cheap prices. So every single author who wanted a book cover used to click on that ad, and we used to get the client. Now remember, do this only if you have a high advertisement budget. We had a high budget, and that's why we were able to spend on ads. Ads are pretty expensive, so that's quite risky. I would not suggest this to someone who's just getting started. Obviously, you don't want to spend money to get a client. Step number 4 is scale up. Now, if you've got your first client, if you've got, say, 2-3 clients, then try scaling up, right? Ask your friends, hey, do you want to join me? Hey, do you want to join me? We'll form a nice freelancing group and we can work on bigger projects. So this way, when you work on a team, you are highly motivated and you find yourself to be more efficient in your work, because you can work on parts that you're good at, and while your friends can work on parts that they're good at. So there's like a division of labor, and this way you'll find yourself to be finishing projects at way lesser time than before. So scale up, you'll be getting more projects. Later on, you can even hire a person who gets you clients, so he can take care of sales while you guys can design book covers or make websites, do whatever you want to. Just build a team, and maybe this thing becomes successful, then you can scale it up to an agency or a startup. And also, once you start scaling up, you can, as I said before, run Google Ads. So we ran Google Ads, and just by running Google Ads, we got clients who paid us around a bit more than $10,000. So yeah, just for designing book covers, and this works pretty well. Obviously, $10,000 was split among a lot of designers, and that's just the revenue. It wasn't the profit. But yeah, it scales up pretty well if you form a team. So that's my 2 cents on building a freelancing journey. If you want to know more about freelancing, if you want to if you like reading books, then you can read a book called Pajama Profit by Varun Maya. I highly recommend that. It's an amazing book on freelancing. Also, I was wondering, if you guys are so interested in freelancing, then we can form a WhatsApp group in which you can collaborate, you can learn from other freelancers. So if you want that to happen, then I have a link in the description box. Just click on it and check the WhatsApp group that you want to get in. And if there are enough entries, then I'll form a WhatsApp group for free. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one, and next video is gonna be about decoding computer science. A lot of you have been asking me about computer science. What exactly is computer science? And a lot of your parents are also pressurizing you to get into computer science. So I thought I'll just break it down. What exactly is the computer science degree, so that you guys get a heads up and choose the right degree that you want for yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one.